Hey guys, so back again with another tarot reading. Today is Halloween of 2019. But if you watch this, time is timeless. And so this can apply at any time that you watch this. So I'm going to do a pick a deck general reading. I'm not putting any intention for love or anything. Whatever comes through, comes through. So if you want to pick the Zombie Tarot, that'll be number 1. That is by this is by Stacy Graham and Headcase Design. Yeah, not really sure who that's by. Really cool box though. So anyways, that's number 1. Number 2 is the Halloween Tarot. Deck and book sets. And number 3 is Everyday Witch by Deborah Blake. Okay, so let's get started. I've already pre-shuffled the cards. So I'm just gonna see what falls out. This here is my newest deck. So I'm just going to do 8 cards. General collective reading. If you have an intention for a question, you can certainly put that out there and see if it comes through with the deck that you pick. If you needed to pause the oh, that's a mess. Pause the video at any point to concentrate and pick out a deck, or if something just doesn't resonate with you, you can always pick another deck. Not to say that the readings won't resonate with everybody. Man, these cards are just jumping everywhere tonight. Craziness. The first 2 cards that we have are 5 of Wands and 2 of Swords. Okay, so that's a lot of cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's our 8s. Then I'm be using the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco as clarification. This is new also. I've been waiting for Halloween to use these. These I did not pre-shuffle, so I will shuffle them now. This is not a very big deck here. Big cards, but not a very big deck. for the clarifying cards of the Oracle, I'm just going to pick 2 for present energy and future energy. Or you can translate that as present outcome and future possible outcome. Wow, these are really big. Okay. The gloss on these cards kind of, make it stick, so. Okay, I'm just gonna take the one that actually flipped all the way over. So we'll use that. This one popped out first. So this is the present energy of Skull of Light Illumination, kind of appropriate for Halloween, I think. And then future outcome energy is community and web weaving with the spider. Okay. The first card that we got from the Zombie Tarot is 5 of Wands. The second card is 2 of Swords. I'll try a different light here. It's kind of too bright. Is that better? Okay. And then 10 of Wands. Maybe different lights. That's better. And then we have Page of Wands. So a lot of wand energy. Ace of Hazards. And then we have Knight of Cups. And then Page of Swords. And the 5 of Swords. So very interesting. I'm not sure what the hazards are. There's Wand, Swords, Cups. Maybe that is the... I'll just look it up. Instead of guessing. No major arcana. So this deck comes with Cups, Wands, Swords, and Hazards. So I guess the Hazards is like the Pentacles. Alright, so the 5 of Wands is for quarrel, strife, and competition. So, looks like presently maybe you had a quarrel with somebody. And possibly you were trying to stay neutral. So maybe you walked away from the arguments. or just had a different view. There were two choices, maybe to stay and argue or to walk away. And then with the Ten of Wands, maybe because of the argument, you felt a struggle within and were burdened by the things that were said. And maybe it caused you to realize that you need to have higher goals and grow a little bit. Keeping your eye on the prize. Realizing that you need to do things for yourself and not be reliant on others. And then with the Ace of Hazards, definitely some new beginning of financial growth coming in, so that's good, because it feels like maybe this argument was about money, perhaps, or let's see. There's always kind of like a learning curve with the new deck, so forgive me for the silence as I kind of get my bearings. This is my first reading with this actual deck. Okay, so this new beginning for finances could be coming in quickly. It could also mean that along with new beginnings, that maybe a romantic adventure is coming through quickly. Maybe a man that is financially stable. He could also, though, have a Page of Swords energy. It is a Knight of Cups, so we're not looking at a King of Cups. It's a Knight of Cups. But coming in with like an offering for romance. And somebody that is inquisitive, headstrong, and observant. Maybe a little bit of a bookworm. Could be a little bit younger than you, or young at heart. Someone that's very inquisitive and likes to ask a lot of questions. And maybe will help you make important decisions before, getting all the facts before you make important decisions. The Five of Swords. Could also signify that there's a turning point for a relationship or an issue or projects. You might have some resentment still simmering from this past argument. Just be wary of anybody that always seems ready to start a fight. And if you can't find a resolution to your problems, maybe it's best to just cut the ties with that person that you can't see eye to eye. So I'm sure the person has your best interest at heart. In the future, it said community and web weaving too, so the spider doesn't really need anybody to help them to catch their prey. But if they cut the web and cut the ties, they can't catch their prey. So be careful what ties that you are cutting. Maybe be community minded, weaving your web to catch what you want. The spider doesn't really show mercy in getting what they want either. Presently, with the skull of light, this argument could have illuminated maybe that you're not reaching your goals, that you have to reach harder. Maybe you feel alone in trying to do so as well. I do see this person coming in as possibly a really significant future relationship that might be able to help you in your future financial endeavors and decisions. And we'll just wait and see what the future cards show. But for now, that's what I see. I just see like that there was some sort of argument presently. It's really left you to evaluate your life and goals. But there will be some new beginnings, new projects, finances coming through, and possible new love or friendship, adventure with somebody that is young at heart. So just make your plans. Be like the spider, always looking out for numero uno, community and web weaving. Let's see what the book has to say about that too. Yeah, the spider web can be seen as a symbol of connection, not necessarily entrapment. There's a fine line sometimes between a family or community supporting us and controlling us. And this card looks at that fine line. It also suggests that you take a look at the way you communicate with your community at work or with others. Take steps to improve that relationship, that communication, or just do it slightly differently. It also speaks about needing to be in balance between what you do for yourself and what you do for others. If we give too much to, others, our own strength within diminishes, and we cannot continue to build supporting webs for ourselves. But at the same time, the spider is very resilient. When wind comes and blows, it doesn't just fall down. So the spider is really resilient in obtaining its goals. With the skull of lights, yeah, I think that's pretty much what I see. Okay, so I'm done with that. Let's do the second one. I hope you enjoyed that reading. Hope it was advantageous for you. If not, you can pick another card reading. Let's see. So, this one is the Halloween Tarot. And already we got 2 popping out there. Two of pumpkins and 4 of pumpkins and string. Three of bats and strength. And then we have the Emperor, 8 of pumpkins, and Knight of bats. And Page of imps. Okay, put that one back. Everything wants to pop out now. My goodness. Everything wants to pop out. Okay, put that over there. And then 2 oracle cards. Just give this a quick shuffle. This video might have to be a part 2, but I will do my best to get through this. Skull of stars. Dawn, the night after the darkness. So, 2 of pumpkins. Oh, the pumpkins, I believe, are the coins. So a lot of financial I'm seeing here so far. The bats, I'm not sure what the bats signify. Maybe the bats are hearts. Continuing with the Halloween Tarot, part 2. I have looked at these cards, took a moment. The pumpkins signify coins, bats signify hearts, and imps are wands. And the one thing that we do not have here is ghosts, and ghosts are, oh, I'm sorry, bats are swords. They are not cups. So this would be 3 of swords in regular tarot. Excuse me. So the bats are swords. So you have the Knight of Swords, Knight of Bats, coins, a lot of swords, bat energy, and then the imps are the wands. 2 major arcanas. I see the numbers 4 and 8 prevalent in this reading, and I'll tell you why. Sorry, a smoothie stuck in my throat. There's numbers 2, 4, 3, 8. The Strength card is an 8. The Emperor is a 4. Therefore, I do see the 4 and the 8 as the major cards that are being repeated here. The 2 of pumpkins, also known as the 2 of coins in regular tarot, is also signifying a duality. It is a lighthearted card, perhaps in the aftermath of some good news or an offer that had been received, or a small cheerful windfall. So it could also signify a struggle for balance. It can also convey trying to weigh out two choices, one of more bad and one of more good. You know, there's bad and good in every situation or decision, right? Maybe you had a job offer, so you're trying to weigh the good and bad of, you know, a job offer or a situation, a relationship. Coins are usually financial, so this could be more of a weighing of a job situation or offer. And with the Four of Pumpkins, you have this vegetable man with pea pod legs and arms and a cucumber body, planting, looks like pumpkin seeds as he's throwing them down. He has a brick or stone wall with an iron gate. So he has this stone fence that represents his need for protection of his possessions and his property. He is planting for the future and prosperity, and has material success possibly from his hard work and miserly tendencies to protect what he has and owns. So could be struggling for a balance of your financial possessions and prosperity. And then along comes the disappointment with the Three of Swords, Three of Bats. Could have maybe some disappointment in your future planting, or it could also mean just some emotional anguish, but that you will find strength as two unlikely beings come together. The Inner Strength card for quiet determination, utilizing your best instincts. So in this situation where maybe an outside party comes to destroy or come between you and your financial prosperity or emotional goals for love, perhaps, you find an inner strength and stability, as the Emperor is a very stable, balanced card, a very strong card. It could also signify, I believe, an Aries. This has all the elements as well, as you have fire, earth, air. You take leadership, taking responsibility for one's own actions and consequences. This could be somebody that likes to work, as the Eight of Pumpkins is taking great joy in carving out what he's already done for pumpkins. There's 3 jack-o'-lanterns, 2 of which he's working on, 1 that's already on the vine, with the 3 candles to light each of the 3 pumpkins. And quickly, I think this Emperor is going to, who likes to work, and is going to come in quickly with a message. And then with the Skull of Stars presently, you know, that's just right there, the key word, infinite possibilities, right? There's a lot of possibilities there's a lot of things that you could be balancing right now, emotionally, financially, on the homestead, sowing for the future. There's a lot of possibilities for these cards even. And then just like with the Knight of Bats swiftly coming in, a message coming in, the light after the darkness, the light after this Three of Swords, finding your inner strength, finding your authority and stability, your leadership, taking responsibility for your actions, working hard, and then those fruits of those labors or the message will come in, and you will see the dawn, the possibilities of your fruits of your labor after that light, after being in a dark emotional period, possibly, you know. So maybe you balanced a decision, you sowed for the future, you were disappointed, but you found an inner strength to come forward and take responsibility for your past actions, your leadership. You worked hard and the fruits of those labors come through, or somebody with a message comes through for you. So all these possibilities, this darkest, you know, before the dawn type of thing is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so that's the Halloween tarot. So next up we have the Everyday Witch. And these were pre-shuffled, so I'm just going to give them one more shuffle. And we already got some cards coming out. These are quite slippery too. Alright, so we had the Five of Swords. These two popped out with the Knight of Swords and the Fool. And the Page of Wands. Get 4 more cards. I'll take the one that flipped over. Okay, hang on one sec. So we had King of Cups, 10 of Swords, the Moon. I just need one more card, and there we go, 4 of Pentacles. Wow, the cards are just flying out today. It's amazing, the energy. All right, so we'll put this over here. This is the Everyday Witch by Deborah Blake, if you picked deck number 3. Okay, and the Halloween Oracle for present and future energy. We'll give this 3 shuffles. That was 1, 2, and 3. And 2 cards for this. Here's the one, which is Trick or Treat, Mischief and Play. Perfect for Halloween, almost ending in an hour and 15 minutes here. One more card for future possibility outcome energy. What is it gonna be? I'm gonna give this one more shuffle. Just have a feeling to clear that. Pops over, I will take that one. Alright, so we will take this card. Graveyard, Unnecessary Fear. Alright. So let's see, we have the Five of Swords, where it looks like a lot of, one is worried, one is crying, and one is, it's like taking control of these swords. Okay, and then we have the Knight of Swords coming in quick, possibly with the message. Taking chances, taking a leap of faith. Page of Wands. Kind of a fork in the road there, looking back. The King of Cups. And he's got his telescope. On his little island, in his chair, all alone. 10 of Swords. Feeling betrayed, trying to reach out for some magic with the broom. Dawn of a new day. Someone's run away from the situation, leaving him in agony. And the moon looking within and seeing in the reflection this big black cat when you're just a little kitty cat. And 4 of Pentacles. All right. So the 5 of Swords. Things to consider is that when people work together, it's a lot easier to have teamwork. So be careful what you wish for, because even though you get what you want, it doesn't always mean that you're going to be happy. Sometimes it's better to lose than to win. Sometimes sharing is better than winning. And it reminds us that being obsessed with being numero uno or coming out on top, that there may be those around us who aren't really looking out for our best interests, that they may be looking out for numero uno as well and not a team player. Being nice to those around you, even while you are working and creating your own plan, you always want to be mindful of how you're treating others around you in reaching your goals. And when the Knight of Swords appears in a reading, this person is often coming through as a younger person, a younger man or woman, and oftentimes in the Rider-Waite deck, he's on a white horse riding in to rescue, and you could watch him chase the idea that he's going to rescue you, or maybe you're going to have to probably rescue him. But ready or not, something is coming in swiftly, and with the Fool Major Arcana, which is the number 0 card, sometimes you have to take a leap of faith. It doesn't mean that you're a fool when this card comes into a reading. What it probably means is that you've been hesitating, making a big decision, afraid to make the kind of choice that can actually change your life, or even making a smaller choice that could possibly shake up your world a little bit. And the Fool reminds us that after a while, you just have to stop weighing all the possible options and listen to your inner guts and just go for it. If you don't have faith in yourself, that even if something doesn't work out the way that you want it to, you will most definitely learn some new knowledge or grow from an experience from your choices. So when you come to this fork in the path and you're looking back, just know to go for it. If there's a choice that you're trying to make, but you're looking back at your old friends, at, the sunny day behind you, unsure of what stands in front of you, because you're not looking at those future possibilities. You're only looking at what was, what is, what's there now. But you don't know what can be if you just take a step forward and stop looking back. So go for it, is what I'm seeing here. But don't burn bridges, keep others in mind. It can be intimidating to go on a new path and a new journey, a new adventure, a new job, but hopefully you'll find inspiration and your inner strength and passion to go on that unforeseen road that we can't see anything, but there's that fork and curve in the path. Your journey is going to keep going. So a page is not as powerful as a knight or a queen or a king even, but it doesn't mean that they're not important. The Page of Wands has an eagerness and enthusiasm. But take a look at the choice that you may be missing due to fear or hesitation. In this, oracle card for the future, there is unnecessary fear, the graveyard. So, the only regret that you can have in life is to not try something, right? You'll never know because you never tried. So the only thing that can bind you in this life is your own fear. You could be your own worst enemy. So presently, take a chance, get into some mischief and play. Maybe put on a different mask, like fake it till you make it, your confidence. Fake your confidence if you don't feel confident. Fake your inner strength if you don't feel strong. Look for inspiration around you. Maybe in a friend that's willing to go along with you on the crazy journey too. The King of Cups. Interesting that this person comes along on the path. So maybe in making your decision, you're going to meet somebody of significance, some love coming in. The King of Cups also signifies that, it's good to be in control, but be cautious not to separate yourself too much from others. And don't let your emotions rule your life. Have control of your emotions. He stands for someone who is a figure of power in your life, but who keeps a little bit of emotional distance, no matter what the relationship. This person may be supportive, even loving. Maybe it's like a father figure or a friend, but they're a little wary of getting involved. They're wise and experienced, and after all, they know that love can be complicated. So, let's see, I'm seeing a lot of swords and wands, air and fire. I'm seeing in this reading, to take a good look at the interactions that you have with others. Are you willing to help out others as long as you don't have to get too close? Maybe you're holding your heart a little too safe. Maybe it's time to leave your island and join the rest of the world. So I'm seeing a little bit of maybe you need to look at your communication interactions with other people. Come off your island and look at that's all around you. You've got everybody playing around you, yet you're sitting all alone on your own island and have your own cup of love, and you're looking at all this, but you're just not doing anything. Feeling betrayed, perhaps. The Ten of Swords. In the reading can be a past or present thing that you're feeling maybe a little bit rough right now. Maybe that's what's keeping you from making a decision. If you were let down in the past or deceived by someone, or maybe somebody that this card signifies that I had described the description of their personality. Maybe they had deceived you. Maybe you really cared about them, and maybe you're having a hard time moving on from that. It may have not been your fault, that things went wrong. You can't control other people and their free will to make their own decisions. It can also be a warning that maybe you need to just watch your back and save yourself a lot of grief down the road. But pull the swords out of your back and keep going. With the moon, number 18. Let's see, you've got a time of, again, feeling uncertainty. You've been restless and torn between two paths. Again, this Page of Wands, torn between two paths. And now it is time to choose which aspects to show and face the world. Are you the little kitty cat, or are you the fierce beast? This moon card can be a time of change. Not good or bad, it just warns you to carefully look at the reflection in the mirror and look at your shadows and what it will reveal to you. And the Four of Pentacles. Again, this person is by themselves. sitting on their coins. It's good to be cautious and careful with what you have, but you may be holding on too tightly again. It could be for your emotions, your money. Not having enough can be a scary situation. So you have to ask yourself, how much in truth do you need to be okay? How much do you need to hold on tightly? Are your concerns real? You know, weigh that out by taking a look within. Take a look at your reflection. The cat is looking out to the moon here in this picture too. The open window. Maybe he wants to go out. He wants to get off the island of loneliness. He wants to open his heart. Sometimes when you hold on too tightly to something that you are perceiving as necessary, you're going to miss the big picture. You're going to miss the next turn in the path. And so you may want to take a closer look at how you're dealing with your financial issues and your own emotions and how they're, you know, affecting your attitude towards your relationships with other people, your money, how you're treating people, how you're treating yourself. Are you holding on to past betrayals and keeping your heart on an island and lock and key, holding on to your money too tightly? So definitely there is a decision here that needs to be made as far as financial or relationship, your own heart. Have a little fun, conquer your fears. Don't be afraid. No matter what, you're gonna come on top and learn. Like, you're not gonna be this fool, but take a leap of faith. Have faith in yourself. That's what I'm seeing from this. So that's a really good deep reading. All right, happy Halloween, you all. You have less than an hour left.